Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Daily D. And today's topic, we're going to kind of have a hybrid of this. It's going to be self-appreciation and self-respect. So what I've noticed over the years for myself is in my early years of becoming who I am today, and by the way, I'm still becoming, if you will, so I don't want to say that I'm somebody or I've done something great or any of that. I'm just going to tell you to where I'm at today. What I've realized is in the early years, I was seeking the affirmation, right? The affirming, or somebody telling me I'm doing good, or the acknowledgement of others, meaning, oh, you're doing great, or oh, hey, you need this, or hey, let's hang out, or hey, let's be this, or hey, let's do that. Like I would look for those acknowledgments, if you will, and I did that for quite some time, actually for many years, and still today, some days I feel like I need that. But I've realized over the years that there's really no need to be looking for somebody else's affirmation of what I'm doing is right or wrong, or somebody else's respect of what it is I'm accomplishing, because really it doesn't really matter. All that matters is how I feel. Now, I see this every day because there are moments where I feel lazy. There are moments where I feel tired. There's moments where I feel ashamed and embarrassed. There are moments where I feel strong, and there's moments where I feel so great, right? And all of those moments are internal feelings. And sometimes what I'm trying to do is trying to have somebody else acknowledge those things, right? So I want somebody to tell me, David, man, you look good today, or damn, David, like you did a good job. Like I want those affirmations, right? But what I've realized over the years, obviously, is that I don't need those things. Although it feels good to get somebody else to tell you you're doing a great job and a pat on the back and all those things, what I would tell you is, yes, I know we need those sometimes, those attaboys, if you will, but really the only affirmation can live within here. And I think we all neglect this because we believe that somebody else has to tell us that we're doing great. Somebody else has to give us attention. Somebody else has to make us feel good. When it doesn't, you don't need anybody else to make you feel good. The only person that can really make you feel good truly is yourself. When you're confident, when you're content, when you're happy with what you've done. Most of the time I found that when I'm seeking outside attention or affection or whatever it is, it's typically because I don't feel comfortable with what I'm doing and I'm trying to get justification for that. I'm trying to justify what I'm doing. I'm trying to get an external, we'll call it stimulus, from something that I'm not doing internally. And when that happens, what it really boils down to is I don't do my best. You see, I let myself down, so I'm trying to find some other reason or some other way to feel good about myself. But really, at the end of the day, the only way that I could do it is by doing exactly what it is that I'm saying is I got to feel good for me. And I realize that because, I look around me and there's so many people who want to do great things in life, who want to be, somebody, let's not even say somebody, who want to achieve their goals, such as fitness or health or wealth or relationships. Like they want all those things in life, but yet they're always looking for somebody else to push them in that direction. They always are looking for somebody to help them, right? People hire coaches for this reason, but the simple fact of it is that, when the student is ready, a teacher will appear. And if you're just not ready, no coach can help you. If you haven't already made an affirmation in your mind that you're already made or a commitment, if you will, that whatever it is that you're content with, you're going to make it happen in your life and you're going to do it yourself. That you don't need your significant other, you don't need your children, you don't need your best friend or your coworkers to tell you that you're doing something great, that you just need to believe it, feel it in your heart. And once you get that, then when you couple that with some affirmation, some attaboys, some good things, it changes. Like it's not, I don't need those things. Those are like icing on the cake. It's a bonus. And I see it every day in the people that I associate with. Some are doing, okay, and some are doing great, and some are doing outstanding. And why do I say that? Because those who are doing good are just, they're okay, and they're just living life. And I feel somewhat sorry for the people that just live life, right? The people that go to work, go home, watch TV, and do it again. I feel sorry for them because they're missing out on potential. And I hate to disrespect people, but they're missing out on potential. And those that are doing good, those are the people that do that, what I just said. Some days they go home and they actually get a workout, and some days they don't. And some days they wake up and get a workout, and some days they don't. And some days they decide to save, and some days they don't. Some days they don't follow their emotions, and some days they don't. Those are the good people because they can't figure it out. And the outstanding people, those are the people that made a decision that, hey, it doesn't matter what anybody else says, does, whatever goes on in the world. I don't care what sickness, I don't care what plague, I don't care what controversy, I don't care what's going on in the world. I'm confident in who I am and what I can do, and I'm going to do it no matter what. And those are the people that don't need outside affirmations to be successful, and those are the people that drive home success every single day. And I've learned that because over the years, I used to be at the good, and then I went to, or they're okay, and then they're good. And I feel like I'm in some days, most of the days I live in the outstanding world. Most days. Not all days. Most days I live in outstanding. And I do that because really I don't believe that there's anybody else who's going to make me successful. I don't believe anybody else can get me out of bed. I don't need anybody to tell me I'm doing great. I don't need anybody to tell me how I feel. I don't need it. And it's not because I don't like it. It's just I don't need it. I need to tell myself every day when I look into that mirror, just like I'm looking into this camera, and say, David, you're great. No matter what anybody says, believes, or wants to tell you, if they tell you good or bad, you're doing great. Why are you doing great? Because I'm fulfilling exactly what it is I tell myself I'm going to do. So if you want an exercise here, try to do this at least once a day. Look in the mirror and tell yourself how great you are. And then stop living by emotions. Number 2, stop living by emotions and actually do something about it. Right? And I got to add this because some people haven't figured this out yet, but you got to be real with yourself. Some people look in the mirror, and to be very honest, I hate to say this, right? I hate to say it. You've got to tell yourself the truth. When you don't, just because you say you look good doesn't mean you are, right? You may say you look good today, but you got to do better, right? You feel smart today, but you got to do better, right? I always tell myself that. So don't lie to yourself and tell you're the best you can be today, because you're not. You're never going to be your best. You know why? Because you're always a work in progress. So I hope this helps you in some respects to understand the psychology of affirmation and the psychology of appreciation, if you will. But remember this, you don't need anybody else. Okay? You don't. So I wish you health, wealth, success, but most importantly, freedom, guys. Thanks. Bye-bye.